feeling this team as well. They're doing alright with that. Anyway, we started off with the pre-show. Ty Dillinger against Aiden English. Dillinger English sang himself into the ring, calling himself a series of nicknames such as the Drama King, before ripping into Chicago despite it being English's hometown. That makes a lot of sense. English continued to sing during the match.
Classic heel.
Classic heel. English was starting to get emotional when Dillinger kicked out what he thought was the win. Dillinger then fought on before executing tiebreaker to beat English by pinfall. Pretty standard pre-show match, really.
Yeah.
Now,
the highlight was the tights.
The tights?
The tights of English.
The tights of English?
Of the painting.
Okay, yeah.
They were class tights. I just say it.
No, you're totally right. Now, Dolph Ziggler against Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, before we get on to this match, you have a huge criticism about Nakamura. I think you've been dying to get off your chest now.
It's been annoying me since he's made his SmackDown debut. And if you can you just turn the music down a little bit, because I'm going to show.
Oh, wait, hang on. I have to turn this off for a second and play it. All right, so
everyone knows Nakamura's team by now.
Okay, so
and everyone knows Nakamura's entrance.
Yeah.
So when he gets into the ring. So this is it playing right here, okay? Right. So once he gets he comes out, does his thing down the ramp. He comes into the ring, and you know the thing he does with the second rope, and he falls down to his knees.
Yeah.
And now in NXT he did it the right way, in line with the song.
Okay.
So it's coming up here now. So. As you can hear, it's building.
Yeah,
it's building.
Mm-hmm.
It's building.
Yeah.
So he's coming into the ring now. He's like gesturing to the crowd right here. Yeah, as you're doing it right there. Great imitation there. Fantastic.
Horrible imitation yourself.
Now it's building. Now is when he would do it.
And then
right now,
boom.
Just there, he's fallen. That's it. That is when you do it. Now. He has not done it that way once since he's gone to SmackDown, and it is annoying me so much.
Yeah, okay.
So much, because anytime I see it doing it, I just I metaphorically throw my paper away and just be like, no, I can't get into this now.
Really? So that annoys you in particular every time?
Well, that's one of the fantastic things of wrestling, is the pageantry and the entrances as well. Like it's meant to get you geared up for it.
Yeah.
But if your entrance is not in tune with your music, it's not going to work. And he did it especially for the when he came out on Sunday at Backlash. He did it at the wrong time. He didn't do it it already passed, and then he did it. And then you know the bit where he goes into the ring where he puts the hand down.
Yeah.
It looked like it was building up nicely for him to do that, and I would have accepted that.
But
then it built, and then it dropped, and then it came back, and then he dropped.
Okay. But no. So he's getting it wrong both times.
He's getting it wrong, and it's every SmackDown entrance as well. Oh. And he did it this weekend too, or this week on SmackDown as well. And it's not a coincidence that he was doing it right in NXT, and he's doing it wrong now. Not doing it, wrong is a bad word, but he's not doing it the same way.
Yeah.
And we've seen videos of it. You know how much WWE like to stick to their timings.
Yeah.
So much. So he's obviously been told to do it this way.
Think so?
Oh, it has to have been. Has to be.
It's kind of strange what he's asking.
I know.
Can you mistime your entrance first, please?
Can you do it this way because we feel it works better? It clearly doesn't.
It's like asking Triple H to not spit out his water during that way he usually does.
Exactly, at that right time.
Yeah.
At just that right time.
I've only seen him once not do that with that theme, and that was, unless his entrance is long or it's in Madison Square Garden, he always does it the right way.
Exactly.
So,
and it's always shaped around those big points when you enter a ring. So I think when Randy Orton does his thing on the ropes, it's at a certain point in the song as well.
That's different because his theme is specifically designed for him to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I thought Nakamura's was as well.
But
that's been Nakamura. That's been part of Nakamura's entrance his whole career.
That's true. But Balor's theme is his cues are way more obvious than Nakamura's for him to do that. In my opinion,
I don't know.
I
think especially in his time in NXT, it became pretty obvious.
Yeah.
That was the point in which he drops to his knees and falls to the ground while holding the rope. I thought myself.
Now we're going back to the match though. Anyway, the other thing you're unsure about is that you thought the performance of
booking.
The
booking's terrible.
booking of Nakamura so far?
Has been terrible. This has been the match that has been built up
Right.
for months since the night after WrestleMania. Actually, yeah, since the night after WrestleMania. So about what, 2 months now?
It probably, you could argue that they're booking him deliberately to show his toughness. Like, especially if he took a
But no,
Fairmaster,
he's
a
meant-
zigzag and a super kick.
But he's the. It's not even like he can take those super kicks and stuff like that. Fine, to show his toughness. But it's before that for the rest of the match, and he's beaten. It's not a 50-50 match. I think someone did the math out and it was like an 80-20 match.
Yeah.
That's like for this guy who you're building for 2 months, who's going to be the guy.
It was your poster boy. It was your
Who's gonna-
poster boy essentially
Your
for that
poster boy
pay-per-view.
for the actual event
Yeah.
as well. And he was just beat up the whole time. And then it took, what was it, Dolph Ziggler spitting in his face before he decided to finally, okay, click into gear and let's show strong style now.
Maybe you could think that you could argue then that the WWE Booker's idea of strong style is that he's actually tough and can take a beating as opposed to actually giving a beating.
They're not that stupid.
Surely not.
They
though.
can't be that stupid.
Surely
They're not paid that much money to be that stupid. They can't be. If that's the case, I'll dumb myself down happily and become a writer, no bother.
I can just imagine Vince saying that. Okay, you think you're so tough. Okay, show us how tough you are if you're really the king of strong style.
It's just so silly. And it was the same, like, I know I'm jumping ahead,
No, you're
but
fine.
Tuesday on SmackDown, he was in the tag team match.
Yeah.
And he was the guy beaten up. He was the face that was beaten up for the whole match. And it was AJ that got the hot tag. It should have been the other way around.
Yeah.
This is meant to be the guy. Like I said, you built him up for 2 months, and now he's getting beaten around in every match. How is a fan meant to believe that
Surely.
he is the guy?
Surely, yeah, but he's over as hell despite all things, though. Like, and that'll never be taken away from him, though.
Yeah, but
Regardless of his position right now, and that will
in the
encourage
case of Bobby
WWE.
Roode was for a while as well. The theme music is more over than the person.
Do you think that's the case with Nakamura then?
Nakamura has the history behind him though as well.
Well, you could argue the same for Roots. Maybe not to the extent of Nakamura.
Not to the extent of Nakamura.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's still a terrific striking show from Nakamura. Very good mannerisms. Listen, get credit to Ziggler in this match. Because very good mannerisms as the heel as well. Like, you know, and it was a good match. Like, even though in your opinion, it wasn't as 50-50 as
I thought it was like I said, for the match, for that much of a build up, I just thought it was a poor match.
Let's talk about the Usos against Breeze Dango. Tyler Breeze once again dressed up as a janitor like he did for the Fashion Files the week before. The crowd went nuts as Breeze for Breeze's mop before one of the Usos broke the mop.
By the way, he should have got disqualified.
You should, yeah.
Should have got disqualified
For
using the mop. Use of a foreign object in the ring is an offence that can get you disqualified.
even the mop.
Yep, it's a foreign object.
Breeze can constantly mock the Usos by rolling back and forth whilst they I remember that bit when they were going for the top rope splash, yeah, when he was like, oh, I'll do this corner, nope, go that way.
Yeah, he rolled. Yeah,
That was funny. Breeze then ended up dressing up like as an old lady with a walking.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah,
Where
that
did
was
the old
so
lady come
random.
from?
That was so random. With a walking stick, the chance of "Let's go, Grandma." JBL thought he was Mae Young, which ironically one of the Usos chewed JBL's dress at. Remember that bit?
Yep.
He said in response, "Last time that happened, I had to pay for it."
Yeah.
It was
well done, by JBL.
it was funny at the time, so give him credit. And to be fair, that throw from the Usos' way, it landed right on his head.
Yeah.
Perfect. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. Finishing, surprising high flying from Fandango in this match. Actually, like, he's very underrated in the ring. Like, that's a lot of people don't realize that because he's not given the chance to see him in the ring because his character is what it is. Like, you know. However, the Usos retained the title after Jay super kicked Fandango whilst he was on the top rope to pin him in an entertaining match. Mostly for comedy reasons.
I think this was one of the highlights of the night for sure.
Oh, definitely. Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin. Zayn seemed to hurt his back during the match, whilst Corbin tried to capitalise on it during the match. Corbin encouraged Zayn to stay down, but Zayn, being Zayn, kept trying to get back up, and despite Corbin's dominance in the match, you talk about 80-20 matches, this was like 95-5.
Yeah.
Zayn beat Corbin with a Helluva kick out of nowhere to win the pin in a very good match. So, I don't know, do we both call Corbin that match?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, so.
Great way to build up your top heel, eh? Have him lose.
two matches in a row as well.
We'll get to that
shortly. Yeah, Carmella, Tamina, and Natalia against Charlotte, Becky, and Naomi. Ellsworth introducing Carmella by calling himself the Michael Jordan of sports entertainment. Really? Really? Really?
Sure.
I mean, I know Michael Jordan has lost a record this week, but seriously?
Yeah.
No.
No, thanks.
Natalia,
Sorry, J.E.
Natalia beat Becky Lynch by submission with a sharpshooter.
That was a very strange finish.
A bit surprising, yeah. I was thinking that.
Very strange finish to have Becky tap out to a sharpshooter.
Now, Kevin Owens against AJ Styles US title match. Awesome was from Owen. AJ, as always, is AJ. AJ's knee became an issue during the match. Went on, with him failing to do the phenomenal forearm. Some very good spots, especially AJ suplexing Owens in the apron. The way he took that, by the way.
How did Owens escape from that? How did he?
Apparently, he has a history of taking those sort of suplexes in the Indies.
That was right on the edge, though. Right on the edge.
That was painful as it gets. That was spine on edge.
That was spine on wood. There was no crash mat. There was no.
That was spine on steel.
Oh.
So that's where the end of it is. That's all. That's a metal bar that's there.
He sold it so well. I actually thought he was hurt.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so give credit where it's due. He did sell it well. When AJ attempted to do the South Clash on Owen on one of the announce tables, AJ's leg went through one of the gaps in the table, and AJ was unable to hook himself before getting counted out to lose the match, resulting in Owens retaining the title in what was an otherwise awesome match. A bit of a strange finish in my view.
Like I said, it went exactly how I thought. We're getting a good match, a taster match, with a controversial finish to continue on the feud. I think we won't get the match until SummerSlam.
It's maybe if it's similar to or even Money in the Bank.
No, because they're both in the.
Oh yeah. Sorry, but it's similar though to the situation with Aries and Neville. Like they're still having good matches, but they're having controversial finishes, such as the last two, both at WrestleMania and at Payback. So it's now
you are mentioning it there with that. It's kind of a bad thing as well. Because it's the lack of inventiveness.
Well,
when it comes to storylines, it kind of is.
I don't think it lacks inventiveness.
The finish itself was quite inventive, and it was different, and I liked it. But the fact that all their stories are the same, they are the way they play out. If you break it down,
in general, yes. But specifically, no, because it's still different. It's all like every single way everyone's getting disqualified by poking someone in the eye or shoving a referee. This is a way different approach to it. In general, yes, but specifically, no. I'll be in between that, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, cool. Luke Harper against Eric Rowan pre-match. Rowan was acting very strangely by looking around the pre-show panel table, showing off his masks one again. He gave him the hair and one of the mask, I think, to I don't know. I think it was Mike. What's his name? Mike Rosenberg, is it?
Yeah.
So
you sure to give him some hair? You know.
Is that as creepy as it gets for a promo?
It was. It was. Shame the match couldn't have been as good though.
Yeah, but man, they showed terrific ability, agility for their size, and that's probably one of the highlights of that type of match. Because
it was just to, I think, dampen down people.
They're both like young Canes.
Yeah.
If that's a nice way of putting it.
Kind of. They're both big guys that are just kind of lost their way at the moment. I think WWE don't know what exactly to do with them.
They're discovering it though. They're both trying to find it. You can tell, especially with Rowan at the moment, like doing this promo bit at the moment. Did you expect him to be on Talking Smack ever? By the way, when it first started, think of it that way.
He was on a couple of times with the Wyatts.
No, I don't think so.
He was.
Well, but this is all by himself, then in that case, so.
I know, yeah. It's weird to see him talk and stuff like that. I'd love to see Luke Harper talk more. He's actually great with a microphone. I've seen some of his indie promos and stuff like that. He's really, really good.
Well, Harper won the match anyway after 2 super kicks and a discus clothesline to pin Rowan. It was physically it was an impressive match.
I thought it was crap.
It wasn't bad. Physically, it was good.
For what they wanted it to do, they wanted it just to get the crowd calmed down before the main event. I still think it wasn't great.
Yeah,
it was a SmackDown match.
I agree with you. Technically, it could have been better, but like physically, I thought it was very impressive. Now, Randy Orton versus Jinder Mahal. Jinder and Randy both got mixed reactions when they came out. It seemed like a big section of the crowds wanted Jinder to win.
A lot of the crowd were behind Jinder.
Yeah, I think they're open to Jinder being champion at the time. Jinder attacked Randy during the introductions before the match. Sorry, other way around. Randy attacks Jinder during the introductions. Introductions of the match started, which infuriated Jinder. The face of him after was like, "How dare you do this to me, the Maharaja?" Orton's strength was very impressive, actually, considering he was selling a bad shoulder as well. So consider doing that while selling a bad shoulder. That's harder than it sounds.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Orton got the RKO on Jinder before B&B security dragged Jinder out of the ring. Orton took both G&G guys out by suplexing them on the announce tables. That was actually
the second one.
The second one, my God.
Oh, and he gave the face as well. He knew he messed that up.
Oh man. And then giving them both the middle rope DET, and then Mahal took advantage by this by giving the giving the Cobra clutch slam to Orton to win the WWE title in, quite frankly, you could argue this is the most shocking result of the year.
Yeah.
Because let's think about it. There's upsets, but this is for the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
I'd like to say the most significant championship in wrestling. I personally think it's New Japan is more significant in my personal opinion, only because of how rare it's defended and the type of events it's defended in, who is up for grabs in it. But certainly the most mainstream championship in wrestling, and it's changed hands to someone who...
It's the most prestigious. It is the most prestigious because the one that's been around the longest.
Exactly. Yes, and now it's given the champion to someone who, if we were debating this 6 weeks ago, we'd be both laughing.
Yeah, I made the point last week that they are building him up nicely, but I said he can't put the title on him this too soon.
Yeah,
because it is too soon.
Yeah.
It's. Also, I was discussing with a friend about this.
Right.
It was the first time in a while that I thought as WWE as not a wrestling promotion anymore.
What do you mean by that?
It's a business.
Yes, I agree with you, because they are doing this. You could argue one of the main reasons they're doing this is because of their recent exposure that they're giving in India.
Yeah.
And that makes a lot of sense.
Even though he's Canadian.
Business sense. Even though he's what?
He's Canadian. Jinder Mahal's Canadian.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Big shock.
Big shock.
Obviously he has Indian heritage, but yeah, he's actually originally from Canada.
There you go.
But that's my feeling towards it. That's a bad sign for me when I start saying something like that, because I get turned off.
Well, what's this meaning? That Bang Wang is going to be in a Continental Champion soon?
If they can crack China and actually get the network in China, yes. Honestly, yes.
That'll happen.
If there's areas that they need to expand their network and try and make money, they are going to do it with making champions out of people who don't deserve it.
What other reason would it be at WrestleMania? Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
There you go.
Perfect. But that's just... I don't know. I've listened to a good few radio reports and stuff on this because I wanted to get a broader view. And there's a big thing about it that in India, they obviously want someone Indian to hold the title because they think that might help merch and...
But why the WWE title? Why couldn't it have been the Intercontinental title or even the NXT title?
Biggest exposure.
Well, let's not forget now. Let's not take away from Jinder Mahal as a performer and what he's actually done. Recently,
it's not taking it's great. Jinder Mahal has reached probably his dream. That's probably his dream was to win the WWE title. I'm not taking that away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I have no issues with Jinder Mahal. It's the booking process. It's WWE. It's the fact that they are only trying to sell subscriptions. They are only trying to sell merch in India. Now they're going full steam ahead with it by actually giving Jinder his first T-shirt now as well.
So it's not so much that the person doesn't deserve it.
It's not the person.
It's the booking of which it's done, especially considering who he is.
Like say if I was in WWE for 3 weeks and they were trying to boost sales in Ireland, I would not say to them, "No, you're not making me champion because you're not doing it under the right way." You're going to say yes.
Would you seriously say that and you turn down being WWE champion?
No, I said I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. God, no.
Admirable of you.
Like I'm sure, I've mentioned off air before, like back in wrestling, I hope to one day actually perform in the show. I've made my own goals now towards that. But that's the thing, like, I'd like to win a title at some stage, but like that's the dream first, is to win the title. I'd never dreamt about it the way I do it. Now, there are certain ways that I dream the way everyone would dream about the way they do it. But, you know, like that's saying, it was a business decision. It wasn't a wrestling person that deserved it. Like, his record, they highlighted his record in the last couple of years, and he's like 30 wins and 80 losses.
Really?
Is that championship contender material? No.
Overall, no. But let's not forget that he came up around the same time as Seth Rollins. In fact, he could have been NXT champion, for the first NXT champion instead of Seth Rollins. So many people realised that, actually.
Yeah, but look at 3MB and look at Shield.
That's true.
You know?
That's a very good point, yeah. But but listen, considering the improvements he's made on himself, both in the ring and out of the ring, like the way he looks now.
Like I said, it's nothing against Jinder.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in fantastic shape. He works every day at being better. He works out every day at being better. You know, he is someone to model yourself at showing. If you can make a couple of changes, you don't, like, anything can happen in life.
Yeah.
I have the problem with WWE. It's the fact that now they are making actual fans believe that this is a business and not a wrestling promotion anymore. You would not see this anywhere else.
Oh, you're right there.
You would never see it. The only reason why we haven't seen a Japanese world champion just yet, and we probably won't see, like, that's why Nakamura hasn't been boosted to be a champion yet, is because in the culture of Japan is so that they do not buy into subscriptions. New Japan Pro Wrestling only has about 40,000 subscribers. In a country that has about, I'm guessing, about 20 million.
Yeah, probably. Well, that's in the day though. Going back to Mahal, and whether it's to do with business or whether it's to do with the actual wrestler himself, how good of a WWE champion do you think he could be?
I don't know. He has to see. This is the thing now with him. He's going to have to learn on the job.
Pretty much, yeah.
Of how to be the champion, of how to be the heel champion, how to be the guy.
You know who's a perfect example of that? Goldberg. He was a rookie when he was world champion in WCW. Now, obviously, it's under different terms. He was the most over guy in WCW. That's actually more pressure that he was under than Mahal. At least he's a heel. He can do what he wants.
The way his character was set up, though, he didn't really have to do much.
Yeah.
He didn't talk much. He didn't have long matches. He had his streak. He was fine. Jinder's totally different. Jinder's going to have to get on that mic every week. Jinder's going to have to perform every week. Jinder's going to have to promote everything now. He's going to be the face of that show.
Yeah.
I hope he can do it. I really do.
Me too.
I'd like to see him do well. I don't know yet, though.
Well, we're both going to support him. Like, certainly if you look at it in a case of we're going to support the heels, this is the time to support him, man. Like, and I think he's more capable of doing it. So, but time will tell. That's just me.
There's an idea of his timescale of how he's going to be champion, how long he's going to be champion,
right? And
it's going to go past SummerSlam.
Is it now?
I don't know whether the right idea is to have him being the champion going into SummerSlam. They're doing a tour they're doing a couple of dates in India in September.
Okay.
You realistically want Jinder Mahal as the champion going home in inverted commas to India and doing shows to boost it
as WWE champion.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, the business sense, yes.
Yeah.
But booking, no.
But the thing is, booking, that's the thing. Like, let's say, for example, worst comes to worst, he can't carry that title.
Yes,
that's
a big fear.
He can't take the burden on. Are WWE still going to persist with him till September as champion, just so they can make a few extra bucks?
Remains to be seen. It just remains to be seen, doesn't it? Like, you have to really. There's so many unanswered questions with this. Like, and especially now that he's just won it, we just have to wait and see at this stage. Like, but we can all hope for the best, obviously.